Hello students, welcome to my classroom. In this video, we are going to talk about the AZMerit test prep. And before I start, I want to give a shout out to my new subscribers who have subscribed me from another school in Arizona. So a big shout out to them, and this is per their request. So we will look at a question that is type of questions that you will see on your AZMerit AZMerit test that's coming up. And the questions that I've picked in this workbook that was prepared last year by me are from different sample question websites in Ohio, California, different states of US. So they would give you an idea about the type of questions you get. So I just wanted to do a disclaimer that these questions are not created by me, but are just being used so I can guide you better in order to do good on your test. So hopefully I'm able to write on this. And we have picked this question where it says an equation is shown, and the equation shown to you is this one. So when you look at this equation, you may think, well, solving it is easy. I can just solve it. But if you take a look on the right hand side, you are being shown the steps that are going to be used and the justifications or the properties that are being applied. So the good part about the question is that you don't have to solve it or find the value of A per se, but you have to take a look at which property is being applied on which step as we go on and solve it. So let us take a look at the different steps. We'll start with the step number 1. And on step number 1, they are taking that this is a given property that the question was already provided to us. That is why the name given. That also reminds me I have a person named given that I know. All right, we'll come to step number 2. Step number 2, they are asking, they are leaving it blank and giving you a choice of different properties that you can choose from. So I'll just go ahead and highlight those for you. And we have a total of 5 properties here. So let us take a look at the names of the properties: addition property of equality, commutative property of addition, multiplication property of equality, associative property of addition, and distributive property. Now here, if we take a look at it, student, on step number 2, what is actually happening? The 4 is being distributed to both the people. So now we see that 4a plus negative 28, 4 times negative 7 is negative 28, plus 10 times 2, 20. 20a plus 10 times 3, 30 is this is what is happening on step 2. So we can go ahead and say that, well, distributive property is happening on step 2, and this is the tile you will slide on the test. All right, with that taken care of, I will go ahead and change my color a little bit here for you so that it's not too much blue going on. All right, so now step number 3, students, let us take a look at step number 3. What is happening on step number 3? Now on step number 3, you can see that negative 28 came here and 4a went there. So it's like flip-flop happening between the numbers, whereas the 20a and 30 are right there already the same way. So the only change that happened was negative 28 and plus 4a is what is happening. So when does that happen? You know that in commutative property of addition, we can say that a plus b is equal to b plus a. That means no matter what the order of numbers, if we are adding them, the answer will always be same, or 4 plus 5 is always same as 5 plus 4. In both the cases, our answer is 9. So we can say that, well, we are using the commutative property. We move the 28 first and 4a later. So I would pick the commutative property on this one. And that's the tile you're going to slide. All right, color change now again. Step number 4. On step number 4, what is happening basically? What is the new thing you're seeing as a difference from step 3? So remember, take your time on the test and study every property carefully and the step. So on this step number 4, basically what I'm doing is I'm getting my 4a and 20 together in one parentheses. That means I'm associating them together. 28 is here same way, 30 is here same way, and 1 is right there as well. The only difference is that the association is happening here. So I will call this property as associative property of addition. So I am associating them together. All right. So if we take a look at other properties, we have used this one. We have used this one and this one. Let us take a look at others. Addition property of equality. I mean, nowhere I'm seeing the addition property of equality. What is the addition property of equality? I can show you right here. Let me just erase some work here, just in case, you're asked that property in another question, but we did not use it here, just so you know. So, all right. So addition property is basically when you have x minus 4 equals 3. So what you do is you add 4 on both the sides. And what you do on one side, in order to make it equal, you do it on both the sides. So we did not do this property yet on any of the steps that are being asked. That's why we did not pick that property. The other one is multiplication property of equality. It is the same thing. If I have x over 3 equals 1, then I'll have to go ahead and times by 3 on both the sides. So I'm equally timesing by that number, which is the multiplication property of equality. Again, I did not use these two. So then now we can be very sure about our answers. I always tell my students to check the other choices as well, just to make sure that, we are not being tricked, and we just pick the right choices that were applicable to the respective question. So again, thank you for liking, share, and subscribing. Thank you for letting this little channel grow. And thanks for all your support. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.